What's good with the YouTube? You already know. Big Flocka with a convict's perspective. I'm going to smash, dash, and slide on through with a little bit of energy, man. What's cracking, people? Hope everybody's having a positive, productive day. And, we're going to go into something a little bit different today. But before you do that, please hit that like, comment, subscribe, man, if you like the video, man. If you don't, you don't. So, I'm going to talk about something that happened like about 2 or 3 years after I was no longer active. So, I was with some regular dudes. I was dating this one female, and we decided to go out to Santa Cruz. I was still living in the Bay Area, and I would, if you didn't know me, I could blend in anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I was with one white dude named Ryan, another white dude named Nate, and he ended up becoming a homeboy afterwards and shit. I think it was just because he was hanging out with me. So we're there at the boardwalk. We're getting our drink on, and anybody that's been to the boardwalk will tell you there's a lot of Surenos there, a lot, especially when it starts to get dark around 4 o'clock. They all start going to the fucking to the boardwalk. Now it's kind of like for those of you that are down south, the boardwalk is kind of like Santa Monica, but it's a little bit structured different. It's not a pier; it's more fucking back away from the beach. And so we're there, we're drinking, it's packed, right? Getting our buzz on, and I see one homeboy walking by. He got X4 in his chest and Hayward on his stomach. If anybody knows him, right, he's probably about shit in his 40s back then, maybe 30s to 40s, man. But he was heavy set, right? And he was with some youngster, and he had X4 across his chest, and he had Hayward on his stomach, right? And I was like, I just recognized it. I said, man, I don't think you should be doing that out here, man. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the right place. He has his kid with him and whatnot. But I'm thinking, oh well, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? At least he doesn't recognize me or know who I am. You know what I mean? So as we're going, I start to see a lot of Surenos. And see, anybody that's been around me, I'm always attentive to my surroundings. You know what I mean? I'm always being observant what's going on around me, and I'm looking everywhere. And so out of nowhere, what catches my eye is about a group of 6 to 8 Surenos surrounding that dude that had his shirt off with his kid. Okay? With no hesitation. No hesitation. The people I was with didn't even know what was going on. I fucking just dropped my beer and I fucking run. Now I did this straight like a whole different type of way. I ran in between these dudes, right? I turned, I tapped him, I said, I got you. And I started telling these Sureños, I started telling them to back up. You know what I'm saying? And then, so what they did was they tried, they were going to try to rush, but I kept them going like this every time, like it was cracking. You know what I mean? Instead, what they did was and I swear to God, they got in a fucking line, like 6 of them. One of them pulled out a little fucking blade like that. And so I told him, I go, man, I'll stick up your fucking ass. I go, run up. I go, the first one's getting knocked out. The second one's getting knocked out. Who wants to go first? And these dudes would not bust a grape. Palabra. By then, the 2 dudes I was with, they ran and got there. And the youngster that was with this older dude, he comes down. He's talking shit. And he's spitting at these dudes. And I'm like, man, this ain't my fucking get down. You know what I mean? It was 2-on-6 or 2-on-8. And these dudes didn't want to bust a grape. They were scared. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody comes, and I'm like, fuck, all right, man. I told the dude, I had your back, bro. I gotta go. And by then, the fucking sheriffs come, man. They come running. You know what I'm saying? And when they got there, bam, they slammed me down. They put me in handcuffs, right? I gotta talk to Ryan about this. Shit was funny because I looked to my right, and my brother's baby's mom was there, and he's going through a fucking separation. She doesn't like me because she thinks I'm a bad influence, and here I am, fucking being handcuffed. Right in front of fucking everybody. The whole fucking boardwalk. Out of everybody was me. Those dudes sat there and fucking told on me when they were there, right? These Sureños did. I swear to God. So they take me to this fucking section. Like, I didn't do nothing. They go, well, you're going to have to leave the boardwalk. And they take you to the front where the parking lot is. There's, I guess, a police center right there, right? And while I'm there and they're talking to me and they're about to take off my handcuffs, these Sureños come by in a fucking SUV and start talking shit to me. I'm like, these fucking punk motherfuckers, man. And, it had nothing to do with gangbanging. And that's where I'm going to go into, like, basically, the gist of why I'm telling this story is that, even though you get older, you got to still be responsible for your actions, especially when you're a parent out there, man. Like, he shouldn't have been out there with his kid. He shouldn't have had his shirt off. I mean, certain things like that, you got to really pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Lucky I was there because they were going to jump on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And when stuff's about to go down, I mean, anybody that's known me, I've been fearless. I don't see it. I just black out. And the way I did it was real smooth. I ran between these dudes, tapped them. I said, I got you. What's cracking? What's up? And I said, back up. And these dudes wouldn't rush. I kept them telling them. I think they were shocked. That one dude would come like that and just let's get it cracking. Now, from there, fucking, they let me go. But the whole moral to this story is this, man, is that, like I said, you out there in the streets, you have tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in a position to where you could jeopardize your own kid, because these dudes were young, like probably between the ages of maybe like 19 to 22, maybe 18, 22, maybe even a couple were under 18, maybe. I don't know. Don't put yourself in a position to where you could jeopardize your family based upon you want to be that tough guy, because at any moment, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And what I seen was this dude was kind of worried about it. You know what I mean? Whoever this dude was from Hayward, man, he had Hayward on his stomach and X4 right here. And I think this happened around 2009 or 2010, man. You know what I'm saying? And I almost caught a case over it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to. Most people out there in the community or in society are not going to always get involved, especially if they see a bunch of thugs trying to jump on somebody. A lot of people won't do that, period, believe it or not. A lot of people ducking shadows, especially being at the boardwalk, knowing there's about fucking 100 Surenos on the boardwalk right now. Now I just fucking, pretty much, put myself in a bad position. Fortunately for me, nothing happened. We left, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, say if I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? His nephew, his son, or whoever that other dude was, he didn't come till later. Till then, once I came, then he came out the shadows. Can you imagine what would have happened in front of his kid? Anything can happen, man. And I was thinking about it, man, because, you know, a lot of stuff's happened out there in this world recently with people that we know in this social media world. You never know what's going to happen at any given moment. You're here today, you could be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And we got to really rethink our choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't get it, man. Like, there's people out there that will fucking peel your cap in a minute, man. There's people that will kick in your door and don't care if your family's up in the house. You know what I'm saying? And lay your whole family down. You know what I'm saying? We can't put our families in jeopardy based upon some of our actions. You know what I'm saying? And what I seen from that it was a bad example to the youth. You know what I mean? To his kid right there. You know what I'm saying? As men, right? Not as no gang members, whether you're active or inactive, none of that shit matters. We gotta raise better men. We can't be misleading them by going out there fucking flamed up at the boardwalk, or their shirts off, or, you know what I'm saying, going to different towns where you know you're gonna have issues. You know what I'm saying? If you've been anywhere in the Bay Area over the last 30 years, 10 years, you know what time it is with Santa Cruz. You're gonna run into some opposition. And like me, I was all incognito. You couldn't even tell I was probably was a homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Or used to be a homeboy. And I was thinking about that because I've been, I pay attention to what people do and what they say. You know what I mean? Some of the things that people, wish to condone or do, you know what I'm saying, or act, right? I'm thinking in my head, like, does that person really want to fucking, do they really want to go there with certain people? There's certain things, man, where people don't understand that you have your limits, you have your boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like in today's world, especially on YouTube, people accept certain things that would never be accepted before. You know what I'm saying? The things that we would fucking literally fucking go put a cap in someone's ass or lay him down and hog tie him up. You know what I'm saying? People are now doing it on YouTube like it's nothing, man. It's like, it's crazy. And I start thinking about how people put themselves in danger, how people jeopardize themselves, how people put their own family at risk by their actions because they don't pay attention to what they say, what they do, or where they're at. And that's really important, man, for anybody out there, man, that, say if you're just trying to change your life and change your ways, you know what I'm saying, you can still suffer the consequences if you have that look, that image. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. This is just something I was thinking about, man, because, I pay attention to things. I pay attention to what people say. You know what I mean? I hear some crazy shit. I mean, to me, it leaves me fucking speechless. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very, what do you call, I'm stuck in certain ways and certain beliefs, even though I'm not active. And there's certain things that I would never, you know what I'm saying, think I would hear by people at times who think they're solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you run a righteous path, if you used to have integrity as a man, if people are really real ones, there's certain things you just don't do, whether you're active or inactive. You know what I'm saying? and I'm starting to observe it. I'm paying attention, and I'm seeing degenerate behavior. I'm seeing bandito behavior. I'm seeing peseta behavior, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. And those are the things when you catch someone who may be real about that action, or who's just paying attention to the shadows. There's always gonna be those ready to creep on that, man. And so, just because you know we may feel safe out here on YouTube and whatnot does not mean that people have to sit there and change their actions. And this goes for even the subscribers, man. Like, some of you guys make yourself available in your appearance and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Don't succumb to poor behavior. Don't succumb to deviant behavior. Things that just are not cool or acceptable in that walk of life. Because there's people that watch that maybe you won't even see a comment or nothing, but they see certain behaviors. You may be putting yourself and your family at risk just based upon doing that. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? And if you support it, whether you do it or not, you're just as guilty. I had a talk with someone, yesterday. Not gonna say who, but someone that actively in the mix, and he just told me, he goes, I couldn't believe when that came out and nobody said shit. I'm like, really? I go, this makes no sense. So basically, we have I'm all right. It made me think tonight. So I wanted to record this for the morning real quick and just, I tell a story based upon the fact that this is life, man. And people really need to rethink what they say, what they do, and what they accept. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth of it. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm pretty open about myself, everything. And I know in everything I do and what consequences can come of it, and therefore I'm okay with it. Some people may think that way, but then they're not. Then they don't expect it. They don't expect certain situations to arise. Look what happened with Savage Studio. Prime example. You know what I'm saying? So rethink that, man. And this story is just a little bit just to, it's part of a little bit of entertainment because I thought it was funny, man. Just the way everything went down. Plus I want to know who the hell that dude was I helped out that day. You know what I'm saying? It's always been the type of person I am. I don't care if the numbers are stacked against us. I'm gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? And but it really has to be worth it. And to be honest with you, it was only worth it because there was a kid there. I don't know if I'd had that same energy if he wouldn't have had his kid, because I would have felt like he put himself in that position. But based upon the fact that there's a kid there, I did what I felt needed. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he was asking for what he had coming though by walking around like that, knowing damn well what it is. If you're gonna be like that, you gotta be ready for it. And that's the way you have to think out there. Anyways, I'm gonna do little stories like this from time to time, little situations, man, that I haven't brought up too much, man. And I'm gonna try to put like more of a story when I do a little bit of a message behind it. And the message here is, man, just be careful what you do in life. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be a father, you're trying to be a fucking citizen, don't bring those don't bring your old qualities, your old ways, your old things into an environment that could put your family or yourself in danger. That said, I'm gone.